Hello everyone, this is Robert from Book of Mormon Editions, where we discuss printings, publications, and various editions of the Book of Mormon. So while preparing to do a review of this work, I am brought to the feeling of being a fourth grader doing a book report on the works of Shakespeare. I feel out of place and totally inferior to make a review, especially when it comes to mentioning names involved with this project. But I was super impressed with what we will review today and have delayed it long enough, so hopefully this will be better than a fourth grade presentation. This is a 2-volume set of the Printers Manuscript, published by the Joseph Smith Papers Project. While there is a number of editors and contributors, these volumes are heavily credited to Robin Jensen of the Church History Department and Royal Skousen. I've mentioned Robin Jensen before in other volumes, and you'll remember that Skousen has been well known for his Book of Mormon Critical Text Project and the earliest text Book of Mormon. Also, many of us are aware of the Joseph Smith Papers Project. However, the more you know about it, the more appreciation you should have for such an endeavor. The main idea was to record, document, and archive various papers associated with Joseph Smith and the early start of the Restoration. This Joseph Smith Papers Project took over 20 years and consisted over 27 printed volumes with more than 7 million words, close to 50,000 footnotes, and tireless efforts of some really great people. This culminated in the fall of 2023 with a multi-day conference regarding various details of the projects. One of the takeaways was that the printed works were completed and any new documentation would be published on the Joseph Smith Papers website. 2 of the printed works are these 2 books called Volume 3, Parts 1 and 2. The bulk of these volumes are facsimile images of the Printers Manuscript of the Book of Mormon. A reminder that the Printers Manuscript was a document that was copied from the original manuscript and provided to the book printer in Palmyra, New York, as the source text for the printing of the 1830 Book of Mormon. These manuscript pages have survived close to 200 years now. I did a few other videos regarding the Printers Manuscript and its background and history, and I'll encourage you to look at my other videos on that. And so these 2 volumes are hugely significant regarding the early texts of the Book of Mormon. The format is set that on the left-hand side of the book is an image of the physical manuscript, and then on the right-hand side is the text printed out for all to read. Page after page is laid out this way for the reader to look at the typed text and to try to compare the cursive writing. A few key points for this is that each margin on the right-hand side will list who was the scribe for that handwriting of that page. We know that it's mostly in the handwriting of Oliver Cowdery, but interesting, it also identifies that Hiram Smith was a scribe. You can certainly tell the difference in handwriting, and it definitely shows in the middle of a manuscript page when they would change where one would pick up and the other one would left off. We cannot forget that there's an unknown scribe listed as scribe number 2, which actually writes about 15% of the text. It seems that scribe number 2 and Oliver Cowdery were working together, as scribe number 2 wrote the last part of 3rd Nephi, 4th Nephi, and into Mormon. This was while Oliver started a fresh page for the Book of Ether and onward, and scribe number 2 ended Mormon's book in the middle of a manuscript page. This is the only page break that has such a large space with the Book of Ether on a new page break. And also, throughout the manuscript, there are some crossed out and edited words in the spaces between the handwriting. Historically, this was from Joseph Smith using the Printers Manuscript as a source text when they made the 1837 Kirtland volume and the second printing of the Book of Mormon. Many times the word was switched, the word which was switched to who, and these updates were included in the 1837 volume and onward. I'm also impressed with the amount of supplemental material contained in these 2 volumes, as there's quite a lot of background details, historical attributes, and other significant commentary written about this set of Printers Manuscript facsimiles. So these printed volumes were copyrighted in 2015 and can be a little hard to find in print. However, the Joseph Smith Papers website has done a great job to publish everything online, free of charge, for all to look at and review. All throughout the 2023 conference of the Joseph Smith Papers Project, it was mentioned that in order for this project to be valid, it needed to be accessible to everyone for any reason. And I think that they did a great job making everything available online. And this includes publishing these 2 volumes of the Printers Manuscript of the Book of Mormon. So a big thank you to those that met within the Joseph Smith Papers Project and this 2-volume set. As always, if you have a specific or noteworthy volume of the Book of Mormon that you'd like reviewed here, please contact me at bomeditions@gmail.com. Best wishes, everyone.